There we go. Had the hay get delivered. Yep, free delivery too. And way more than I was planning on. I was thinking 1 or 2 bales. I got almost 8 bales. Got 7. And that's a halfer. But that's way more than I got last year. And now I got to figure out, I wasn't expecting this much. I thought I was just going to be able to put it in feed bags like we did last year. Use the little baler, make bales, and stuff them into the feed bags like we did last year. But this is way more than what I was expecting. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I have some of these metal frames here that I picked up from the motorcycle shop. And I'm thinking that is what I'm going to use to make a covered area for this hay to be put underneath so that I can protect it from the weather. One of the reasons why I like it when I have collected a few things, I always seem to find a use for it, including plastic pallets that just go to the dump up here because nobody will take them back to the lower 48. So they just end up going to the dump. I collect them as well and save them from going to the dump. And I believe I'll be using those today as well for the hay. But before we get into dealing with that hay, I'm going to go ahead and harvest my carrots while the sun is shining and the beets. I'm not expecting the carrots to be very long, and I know the beets aren't very big because they didn't get thinned like they were supposed to. But mostly the greens are going to go to the rabbits and the chickens, and at least I'll have some happy rabbits and chickens today. And Kara asked if I wanted her to bring a shovel over here to pull the carrots up, dig them up, and I said no, just like a bunny rabbit, grab it by the ears and pull. She got a kick out of that. Yep, it should have thinned them, that's for sure. Would have done a lot better. See, just grab them by the ears and pull. here we go. We're into the beets, and it's pretty much we're harvesting beet greens. And I do have to say, I do like the chipmunk sounds way more than the two of us rambling to each other. Watching this playback is just making me laugh. Pretty nice for carrots. Nothing to say for the beets though. Greens are really nice. Animals are gonna love those. All right, I'm gonna give these ladies and the one gentleman some beet greens and carrot tops. See what they think. Over the top. Chicken approved. They seem happy. I'll bring more over for them later. Hello, ladies. Get some for these guys. A little bit more of the green, the carrot. That's good. Hello. Gonna scare them. They're a little bit more skittish. They're afraid of the puppy dog too. Huxley, you're scaring my poor chickens. My poor ladies. My ladies, you're scaring my ladies. All right, well, we'll let them get used. I'm gonna go feed some of this to the bunny rabbits now. I think they'd rather just get out of the chicken coop. They don't seem too interested in the greens. Up, and then here comes Huxley, scaring them away again. He wants to go check for mice. His favorite thing is going in the chicken coop looking for mice.
And there's back up.
What do you say, Watson? You ready to go home? Yeah, these guys aren't too shy. They'll eat it. The carrot tops, the beet tops, looks like they cleaned it all up pretty good. So I'll be bringing them back over some more a little later. But right now I need to go figure out what I am going to do with all that hay. Here we go. I built the little shelter for the hay to go underneath, and just a tarp over the top, metal frame, pallets on the ground to keep airflow underneath. 8 bales of hay, or about the equivalent of 8 bales of hay. Zoom out a little bit more. There we go, a little bit better. You can kind of see what I did. Use the metal framing, and this is all stuff that I collected. over time and just had laying around waiting for the need for me to have it. And so I count this as a blessing to have all of this stuff that I've collected over time, to have the forethought to collect this stuff so that when I had a project for it, I already had it here and I didn't have to go hunting, searching, and buying. Now I called, and these bales of hay go from anywhere from $18 to $22 a piece at a feed store. So I know the farmer doesn't make that much off of it, but if I had to go buy it from a feed store, there would be about $160 worth of hay that I got for free today. And because the hay is so expensive up here, that's why you just can't afford to have animals. Not big animals, at least. Bad enough having chickens, and the feed ranges anywhere from 27 is the cheapest that I've been able to find it here lately, to $35 a bag. Usually 27 is when it's on sale, and I end up stocking up as much as I can whenever I see that price so that I can buy it at the cheapest price. But that's bad enough. But if I had a horse or a cow, there's no way I could afford to feed it. Unless I had property like the farmer did. You know, there's no way I could afford to feed a cow, to grow it, to be able to take it to butcher. It would not be cost effective. Each of the last 2 days, I can count so many ways that I've been blessed. It's amazing if you pay attention and think about it, just how many ways you're blessed, how many ways God blesses you. For one, the last 2 days, I've been able to wake up and enjoy the last 2 days. The weather has been fantastic for the last 2 days. I got a wonderful carrot harvest, an okay beet harvest. Sorry about that. I'm trying to hold back coughs. Sometimes you just have to thank God for the things that you don't really like too. You know, I have that cough that just seems to creep up on me. But I found that silver quarter. I was able to get those $50 at current prices. I bought them for less than melt value. He could have sent them in and melted them down and made more money off of them than selling them to me for the price that he did. So that's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Online, the cheapest I could find those $50 was $260 for them, you know, and they'd be the same condition. They wouldn't be any nicer, not the Walking Liberties. You know, so many ways I was blessed. Hay, I mean, that hay, you think about it. That hay, if I would have went and gotten it from a feed store, would have cost me $160. That right there is, you know, how many hours of work would I have to do to be able to afford $160? Now, I'm not going to tell you how much I get paid an hour, but it would have been a lot of hours of work that I would have had to work. If you guys knew how much I got paid an hour, you'd probably say, I'd never work for that. I do. That's what happens. It's how it is. Retail is not the highest paying gig out there, but me, it works good for me. Gets me the hours that I want and the workload that I want. So it works good for me. It fits my bill just fine. I've been blessed so many ways. And I could go on and on about my blessings, but What I really want is for you to count your blessings. How has God blessed you? In what ways have you been blessed? I bet if you sit down and think about it, it's more than you realize. Anyway, I just want to thank you. You know, there's another blessing right there. You all are watching my videos, and that is a huge blessing to me. You know, that's a huge blessing. So I just want to thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep you. And with that, I am out.